This is a tough job. I mean, it is very tough. This summer is very tough. I took on a big challenge with stripping and waxing our floors. I ended up with 3 of the 5 maintenance guys stripping and waxing floors. We were unable to get to a lot of what I felt we needed to get done. I went to a training in Hot Springs. I mean, I know that just cringes y'all to hear that I went to training and brought an idea back. But when I was down in Hot Springs, it was our big convention, and I met with several companies in Hot Springs. Just talking to them. Down there was probably the biggest group of plant managers that there is. I mean, they call my position in the co-ops and all that plant managers. I got a visit with a lot of them. I got lots of opinions from lots of different companies. But one of my biggest concerns about outsourcing, we have some fantastic custodians. We've got custodians that's been here we've got some that's been here for 30 plus years. Most of those have retired, and they're paying in on our retirement system. I mean, and it's great for the teachers because they're getting that money to help pad that system, but they're taking money out of their check, the school's paying money into that retirement system that actually does not benefit them. So there's some options out there that we can have a company come in and outsource, kind of outsource our custodian. It will expand our capabilities. I mean, it will give us floor technicians, it will give us more deep cleaning, it will help put personnel on our campuses during spring break, Christmas break, Thanksgiving break. You know, that's when they'll do a lot of their main cleaning. I mean, that's when they hit our floors. We just don't have the personnel, we don't have the trained personnel. And no fault of our personnel, it's like Mr. Law said, our personnel is pretty well taxed. I mean, I've got 24 personnel that is assigned to me, or that I have 24 positions that's assigned to me. Right now, I've got 21, and out of that 21, I've got one that's gonna be on extended leave for a while. We have no subs. I mean, I wanna give a shout out to Miss Mary Stout right now because she picked up to help cover for somebody that's sick at middle school right now. We just don't have much options. I mean, we're running shorthanded. Not unfortunately, but fortunately, by outsourcing, we can expand our capabilities and we have a potential for a substantial amount of cost savings. The one thing that I am adamant against is if this affects any of our employees in any form or fashion to where they're losing money or they, you know, that's not what we're about. I mean, we're about trying to do what is best for, I'm about trying to do what's best for our employees and what's best for our students and staff in our facilities. I mean, this tile is very expensive. I mean, and if we don't maintain it, we don't keep care of it, you know, it's about $5 or $6 a foot to replace. And so we're just kind of asking permission to kind of look forward to see what options that there is out there. I do have one, I wouldn't say a bid, but I have one estimate on cost. I think I involved that in y'all's packet today. And we're looking at about $140,000 savings if we went to it. So I know that there's gonna be lots of questions behind this.
I don't know if that's in your packet or not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step out of turn. I know y'all have some questions about it. I'm more than interested to answer any questions you may have.
So this is new to you all, and I don't know that I think you're gonna have enough time really to process a lot of questions at this point. The few things I would say about this is, we've talked to one company, well, we've talked to a couple companies, but we've really
I've
talked to
talked
one
to 3, but I've only got
very
one.
firmly.
Yeah.
What we've learned from that one company is the people that we have would be hired by that company. They would also make the same amount of money that they make now, but they would work less hours. So in that, you know, you can almost see that as getting a bit of a raise. Our people do qualify for teacher retirement. They would not qualify for teacher retirement, but they would qualify for a 401k through the company, which would allow them to contribute just like you do to teacher retirement. So when they retire, they would draw however many years of whatever they had teacher retirement, and then they would draw out of their 401k to offset the difference.
So they wouldn't lose.
They would not lose. We don't know what the savings will be yet. We do feel from looking at the first number, the savings are gonna be substantial. They're gonna be 6 figures or higher. And so, you do have to kind of look and wait. We don't bring this, we are not here asking for any recommendation. We are investigating it, and we wanted you to know what we're investigating and why. So, you know, if people ask you about it, this is why. We're looking into it. We can't get enough staff. We are understaffed and have been understaffed, without a doubt. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, if you could save $140,000 or $150,000 on this, that's $3 million worth of high school building on bonded debt, you know. That factors, you know, as I said, we don't receive any more revenue, we get what we get. The only thing we control is the other end of it. We just wanted to share that with you. I'm sorry, go ahead, Steve.
Is there anybody local that can handle that, or are you gonna have to go
No,
down?
it's not local.
There's nothing local. 2 of the 3 that I have talked to are based out of Kansas City, Missouri. One company there's a local office, I mean, whenever I say local, Fayetteville, Springdale area, there's a local office that would come in. Another thing I wanna add into it is one of the big things, and this will make Bailey feel good, cause he's the safety and security guy, but they will follow any mandates that we put. You know, they're gonna be required to do the same background checks and everything that we make our employees go through. So they will have the background checks. The same thing that goes into our keys and our fobs and all that stuff. They won't be allowed on our campuses without their proper identification and all that stuff. They can provide them, this company that I talked to first is, their 401k matching program is $10. If you put in $10, they'll match it with $25. So, I mean, that's pretty big. I mean, their insurance, don't know the exact figures on it, but I've only got a couple of employees that are on the health insurance, but their health insurance is cheaper on their end than what they're paying from us now. As long as we're on the basis with our employees, there's opportunities within the company to promote. I mean, from just custodian to lead custodian to floor tech, all the way up to their project manager, which we won't do this if we don't have a project manager on site. And their project manager makes a substantial amount of money. I mean, they make about $60,000 a year as the project manager. So where the savings comes in is, you know, the leverage of buying consumables. I'm on target for about $140,000 in toilet paper, paper towels, and trash bags. They think that, looking at the numbers that we're at, we can save somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000 on the consumables. Then plus, they bring in their own I can't say that.
Proprietary.
Yeah, say it, Bailey.
Proprietary.
Yeah, there you go. System on cleaning with all their chemicals and all that. They handle all MSDS sheets, they handle all that. Basically, it would help free up a lot of what my maintenance guys would do, especially during the summer. Because the floors, it takes some labor. I mean, the floors, it really does take some labor. We've got some really good cleaners, but whenever we're moving, I mean, it's like we're moving that desk right there, and whenever you're putting, you know, 400 or 500 pound women on it, it's just, I mean, we're having to go in and take care of it. And we're at the companies we're looking at, they take over from start to finish on the floors. So sorry, I
To
didn't.
answer your question, it's not a local company. but the ones we've talked to so far are national companies, but they do so many schools, they do have a local presence. Many schools, have gone this route, and I know that 2 of them certainly have a local presence that we would.
So one thing I do want to ask out of y'all is, I mean, you can tell me, go kick rocks, but every one of these companies I've asked for references on. And I've come up with 13 questions that I'm gonna ask them. Ask these references. I mean, is there anything specific y'all would like to know whenever I start checking these references?
I think you would know better than we would, but
You say they're doing background checks on all of them?
Yes.
Okay, we don't want no child molesters or nothing in here.
No, they'll follow the same, I mean, we won't let them on our campus without having that done.
But we wanted to share with you where we are. We're not asking you to do anything tonight. We just wanted to share with you the discussions that are taking place and why, to some degree, those discussions are taking place. And then we will come back to you as we have more information and see what the best decision is for the district. Fair enough? Okay. All right. Blaine, do you have anything you want to finish up with, or did we get it?
No, sir, I think that covered it all.
Okay. All right.
Well, I've got a couple of phone calls this week about the 4-day school week fading away. Is that a rumor or true or what?
About the 4-day work
The
week.
4-day school week's fading away next year. We're going back to 5. Is that?
As far as I know, we're on a 4-day week.
Well, I've had several calls and several people ask. I said, best people to call up there be administration office.
We're in the middle of a legislative